Oh, hello everybody. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Tom channel. It is 11:30 here in England on this fine Wednesday night that I'm filming this. I did a stream like a couple of hours ago, and at the beginning I had a Coca-Cola, and like, dude, my caffeine intake is awful right now. I have 3 sips of this Coca-Cola and I am still buzzing. And I've been getting up at like 8 AM and now I've just fucked it, haven't I? So I thought, I was sat mucking around in Premiere Pro for like 30 minutes. And side note, by the way, I would be such a great like fandom editor. There's people that do little edits. I would kill that. That was anyway. And I just thought, you know what? I made that video and I checked these questions on this channel a few days ago, and I checked the questions and I've got like 1,000 pending. I was like, wow, that's so exciting. So you know what? I thought I'd dive right in, answer one, and keep up with it. I hope you guys are well. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope you're having a good spring. And yeah, let's get into it. Talking makes me nervous. Hello, Tom. The chance of you even seeing this is very low, since I bet a lot of people have a bunch of questions to ask. However, I'm going to try anyways. When I first started watching you, I did not talk to a lot of people. I was so introverted that I found comfort in your videos because you were loud and annoying, but you were in people's attention. You were the complete opposite of me. And even though people thought you were annoying, I hoped to be as loud as you. People would notice me. A lot has changed in the past few years. I felt a change in my personality. Suddenly, I talk to more people around me. I got a few friends where I feel comfortable to be around. I even feel more confident to present myself how I want to. However, I'm still an introvert. I catch myself being in uncomfortable situations where I don't know how to act around people, especially with new people, but also people I don't talk to often, even though I've known them for a long time. I suddenly feel very embarrassed when talking to someone, and then I cannot find the right words and even start to stutter. In conclusion, talking makes me nervous. I've watched your latest live streams where you found a random guy that convinced you to film while you were in a complete unknown environment. Additionally, you do stand-up comedy, which is also such a big social skill to have. These aspects made me come up with a question for you. I would just love to know how you approach people, how you can have conversations with strangers, how you stay calm. So, how do I stop the fear of talking? This might be a lot, but as you're the loudest person I've ever come across, this should be a perfect question for you. Greetings from Germany. Okay. Oh, yeah, I get that. I'm kind of shy off camera. I just want to start that by saying, especially you can see in those earlier videos, like when this is a very recent thing for me, being good at talking to strangers, and one that kind of came about from doing stand-up comedy. But the truth is, it's hard, and it makes me nervous. And it's weird because they're strangers and they might be mean, It's hard. I think the first thing is I wouldn't necessarily say that those nerves ever go away. These are strangers we're talking about, not your mates, and it's like all right to feel nervous. But I guess I've always like really struggled talking to people when there's no reason to. Like, when I was like, dude, when I was like 17, I was telling my mates, dude, I'm going to move to Brighton and I'm just going to go up to people and be like, hey, I have a crush on you. Let's go out. I was such a determined young man who was so certain of his abilities to flirt with girls. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I moved down here and could not say a word to anyone for 6 months. I couldn't do it. It's like when you need to talk to someone and there's no reason to. I can't do it. So I still find that really hard. And I'm lucky I'm in the position where I don't have to flirt ever again. But just so you know, that's still something I've found. But when you do want to talk with people, so for example, you're in the shop and talking to the cashier or something like that, it's really nice to just, ask people how their day's going. Ask people how the shift's been. Be honest with them. Especially if you know someone they're having a really long shift, obviously, if they're at these places, just try. Sometimes they go, oh, good, thank you. And you go, all right, you kind of move on. And other times they go, you know what, dude, this has been fucking long. And they'll talk to you. And in that moment, you can kind of talk back and, it's a nice feeling. I ultimately think, this world is about connection, really. Little bits of connection, popping by the same coffee shop and saying hi to someone. Also, if it's someone that's clearly friendly, giving them a little compliment, saying, oh, I love your jacket. But you got to mean it, I think, with a compliment. You don't just say it. But yeah, those are some little things I'll do if I can. I guess it's easy to deep, but it's probably best to not. And then with people you've known, or you're trying to meet new people, or even trying to make friends, dude, you just got to find common ground. Oh my God. This is so overpowered socially. You know, sometimes if I don't know someone, I'll go, what music you listening to? And they'll go, and I'll go, let me look at your Spotify. And I'll just scroll till I'm like, Hamilton, ho! And then I'll talk with them for a while about that. And then before you know it, the conversation's going, and it doesn't feel like you're pushing a boulder up a hill anymore. That is important, is common ground. But people love when you ask about them, when you ask their thoughts on stuff, and people honestly just love when you're genuinely interested in them. No one dislikes that. So whether that's complimenting them, finding some common ground, or they ask you something, that's like enough, you know? But it's nerve-wracking. But that's how I do it in my like personal life. Funnily, stand-up comedy and even that Twitch stream where, yes, I was on a beach in America and people started coming up to me and I needed to make some content out of something, so I just started talking to people. My brain goes into like a different gear when I'm filming. Especially stand-up comedy. Like when you're on that stage, as soon as I'm off that stage, I will talk to people in a completely different way. You know, I'm reserved and I'm chill and I'm anxious and I'm all these normal things. But when you're on the stage, it's a different realm. And you can say what you're thinking, you can be cheeky, you can push it, you can, you know, just kind of say your thoughts out loud. And I have no anxiety up there. But that is a performance, you know? And talking to people shouldn't be a performance. It should be real, you know? But I do think that kind of performance has really, really helped me in being able to talk to more people. Like, you know, a lot of my friends say I'm really, really good at it now. But I think it's just because you learn what, I don't want to say what the right thing to say is to people, but how to connect with people. Because that's ultimately all it is. That's the best thing in this world, man, is connection. So, yeah, dude, it's that. And back in the day, when I was being so loud and annoying, that's because I was very nervous. I was joining calls with my heroes, and I was very young and very excited. And I at the time, for the record, was not trying to be loud. That's just how I was, because I was freaking out, because I'm in a call with Filza, you know? It was only kind of down the line that I was like, oh, people are calling me loud. I'm going to own that. That's just how I acted when I was nervous. You know, I'm freaking out. I'm talking to all these people, and I'm also entertaining on all those streams at the same time. I've never been very social, especially in school. I always found it very hard. I have my group of mates I feel comfortable with, and then I don't really push outside of that. But yeah, dude, you never know what's going to happen if you talk to people. You never know what they're going to say. And don't, it's so easy to just create a fantasy in your head and then live by that. Don't do that. Just get out there, connect with people. Because honestly, with any the best thing I've read about, and I read this fucking book about ADHD, which I don't even know if I fucking have at this point. I've got one of the Ds, but look, like, the biggest antidote they kind of said to whirring around in your head is just connecting with people, you know? So really, I can't emphasize the value of saying, hey, how you doing? Cracking a little joke, saying hello to someone, saying, oh my God, you have a Kirby t-shirt. I fucking love Kirby. And they go, no way. And they go, yeah, dude. And just trying it. And sometimes it'll be fucking weird, but that's, you know, it's good to have that kind of rejection. And very last note, a complete life hack for me. Sometimes I look at a group of people and be like, oh man, they look cool. Maybe I'll chat with them, but oh well. And then they go, are you Tommy Innit? And I go, yes, that's my in. And I go, I sure am. And then I'll have a chat for 10 minutes on the train. So I've kind of had this life hack with talking to people. But I don't recommend this as a way to get through it, because let me tell you now, is it also giving me quite the bumpy ride. You know, you got to learn fast. But yeah, dude, you don't need to be nervous talking to people. It's all fine, you know. You'll be great. Oh, well, I should probably start winding down for bed, but I'm just not. I'm wired, I think I am. Fuck. Guys, hopefully I'll get to sleep. It's only 11 p.m. This is like, oh, Jesus. Well, look, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening. Hope you, if you're deep into a doom scroll right now, I hope you start winding it up. You know, don't, whenever I'm watching a video and they say, stop scrolling, I immediately go, fuck you, and I keep scrolling. But really, just stop. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, and take care. Goodbye.